Hello friends, so today's question is product of array except self. So what is given in this question is we are provided with an integer array nums and we need to return an array answer such that answer I is equals to the product of all the element of the nums except nums I itself. So what it basically means here, like we want to return an answer, an array answer such that for particular index element 0 1 2 3, like for this particular element index we need to calculate the product of all these elements except the element at this index. So for this the answer would be 8 because it is the product of all these element is 24 and we need to return the product of element except this. So we will have 4 into 2 into 1, that is 8. So in the same way for the last element we have to get all the product of the element except this one, so we will have the product of these elements, so it would be 6. For the first element we would have product of all these elements, that would be 24 except this element for the first, and for the second we would have product of all the element except this one, so we will have 12 here. So this is the required or the desired answer. So what is else given in this question is it is given that the product of any suffix or prefix is guaranteed to be fed in 32 integer 32-bit integer. Okay, and we have to solve this question in linear time complexity and without using the division operator. Now what it means, now the one approach for solving this problem is using by division operator. So how, what that approach will state now, so let's discuss that. So first of all we will calculate the product of all the element of this array, so that is 24. The product of all these elements is 24, and then to calculate the product for particular element, like for index second, we will divide the product by the element of that index, that is 24 divided by 3, it would be 8. So through division operator we can get our answer through this, like dividing the product with that particular index element, we will get the answer for that particular index. So this is the first approach that we can use. So but it is strictly said that we don't have to use the division operator, so we won't use this division operator here, otherwise and instead of this we have to use another approach. Okay, so that another approach is like, first of all we can see, like this is zero index, this is first index, this is second index, and this is third index. So what is there now, if we want to have the answer for this particular index, then we want to have the product of element before it and the product of element after it. Yes, now we want to, if we want to calculate the answer for first index, we want the product of its previous indexes and the product of its after indexes. So in, if we are able to write product of ith, like for answer of ith, so we have to calculate product from 0 to I minus 1 and product of I plus 1 to last. Okay. This is only the key for answer 2. To have the answer for this particular to have the answer for this particular index 1, we need to have the product of 1 into 3 into 4, so that is our required answer. The same goes for this second index. To have the answer for second index, what do we want? We want product of these two element and product of this element. Okay, so in this case, when we are having scenarios where we have to store the product or sum of any previous or the next element, there we use the concept of prefix and suffix. What it means, the prefix is, we will have a prefix array and a suffix array that we will use to store the product of previous elements and the product of upcoming next element. So it will like prefix and suffix. So prefix will hold the product of the element, like for this if we talk about the second index, so it's second index, like prefix of second index will hold the product of the element which are lying before this index, so it will hold 2 here. And same suffix, for suffix 2 it will hold the product of element after it, so it will hold the product 4. So to get our final answer, what we will do, like let's say prefix of I will hold product of 0 to I minus 1 and suffix of I will hold product of I plus 1 to n. So these variable will store our product respectively, and to get the final answer for that particular index, what we have to do, we have to multiply the previous product and the next product. So we will have prefix product for that index multiply by suffix product of that index. So this, in this way we can get our final answer. Okay, now we have checked, like for the case of second index we will have 2 here and 4 here. Now in case of first index, what we will have, initially we will initialize these with 1. So it will have 1, it will have 1, it will have 1, it will have 1, 1, 1. Okay. So for like for this index, what it will have, it will have the product of these two, so it will have 1 only. Okay. And for this, for fourth last index, what it will have, it will have the product of all these. So like how we are calculating, so the like second index is already having a product of 2, which is the product of from 0 index to first index, and we want the prefix of third index. So what we have to do, we have to multiply, we have to take the prefix of last index, one index less, and we have to multiply that with the I minus 1 element. Here what we are doing, to calculate the prefix, to calculate the prefix for particular index, what we are doing, we are having, we have to multiply prefix I minus 1, because it will, like I minus 1, what it holds, it holds the product of these two element, and we need to calculate the prefix of this third index now. So we will have that product multiplied by its I minus 1 index element. So we will, the same we will write here. So we will have multiply by nums of I minus 1. So for calculating prefix, what we will have, we will have prefix for particular index, we will have prefix of I minus 1 multiplied by number of I minus 1. In the same way for suffix, we will have suffix of I would be suffix of I plus 1 multiply by nums of I plus 1. So we have understand this suffix, how to calculate suffix and how to calculate the prefix. Yeah, now we will get our suffix for particular index and prefix for particular index. So to get our final answer, we will multiply prefix I into suffix I. So this is the whole concept, or the second approach that we can use to solve this question without using division operator. Now we have to implement this. So yes, now let's write code for this. So first of all, we will have a variable n which will store the size of nums in it. Then we will have three vectors of type integer, prefix prefix, that will be of same size as of n, and we will initialize it with 1, and then vector vector of integer with sufix suffix, that will be of same size, and we will initialize it with 1, and then we will have a vector, another vector of type integer only with answer, in which we will store our final answer and we will return this. Okay, so first of all we will calculate the prefix. So yes, to calculate the prefix we have to iterate this loop, and to calculate the suffix we also have to iterate through this nums array. So what we will do here now, to calculate the prefix we will start our iteration from here. Why? Because for 0 index we don't have any element before this, so we don't have to calculate that. So we will start our I from first index, and in the same case when we have to calculate the suffix now, we will start it from second last index, because if we start from here we don't have anything after last index, so there is no sense of calculating that. So in the same way we will do this. Okay, so for int I is equals to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. Now we will calculate the prefix. So prefix prefix of I is equals to prefix prefix of I minus 1 multiply by nums of I minus 1. This we have seen why we are doing this. In the same way, for calculating suffix, we will start from I is equals to n minus 2, not n minus 1, n minus 2. Then I is greater than or equals to 0. We will decrement I to the till the end. So in the same way, we will calculate a suffix of I is equals to suffix of I plus 1, as we are iterating from backward now, so it will be plus 1 nums of I plus 1. I plus 1. Yeah. Now we have our prefix and suffix in place. To get our final answer, we have to multiply these two. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So an as the way our answer of I would be prefix prefix of I multiply by sufx suffix of I, and we will return this answer. We will return this something. Oh, suffix s double fix, spelling mistake, my bad. We have to wait. Yeah, let's run this. So it is accepted. Now we can submit. So yes, it is submitted successfully. So the time complexity for this question is capital O of n, because we are iterating. Yes, we are using 3 loops, but we are iterating from 0 to n. So maximum we are iterating from this in all 3 loops. So complexity its time complexity will be capital O of n. So thank you for watching.